Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we just got the remaining cards for Alliance Insight. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can come part of our notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the remaining cards for Alliance Insight. So first off, we do have an awesome looking monster, and I'm really excited to check out and see what this card actually does. But this card is actually called Brain Controller, and it looks awesome. Well, let's go ahead and see what it does. So this card is actually a level 1 Dark Psychic Tuner effect monster with 100 attack and 200 defense points, and you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. So you can actually get all three of its effects. So for the first effect, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a brain control from your deck to your hand. That is a crazy ability to instantly get brain control from your deck to your hand off this card's effect, as that basically gives you the ability to get basically a card that just takes control of one of your opponent's cards directly from your deck to your hand. And you can even summon this thing off of E-Telly because it's a psychic type monster, which is actually insane. For the second effect, if you pay life points, which you will with your copy of Brain Control, you pay 800 to activate it, you can actually target a face-up monster on the field that has a level and declare a level from 1 to 8, and it becomes the declare level. That's a pretty cool ability because you can actually level modulate your cards to be able to get them the exact level, so you can go in for a synchro play. And that's actually a pretty cool effect because it can even target itself because it just says target a face-up monster on the field, which is actually pretty cool to be able to level modulate anything that you need to get into a synchro play with whatever you take from your opponent with brain control. For the third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can actually special summon this card to your opponent's field in defense position, but its effects are negated. That's actually an insane ability to be able to use because you can hand this card to your opponent and play around cards like Imperm or Evenly Match, which is actually really good, or even use this card with like Goes in a Rivalry, which is actually insane, but it's really cool overall as a one-of in certain decks that can actually just instantly be able to summon it out with E-Telly, because you basically just use this card to search out Brain Control off of an E-Telly, which is actually insane. You could probably use this in Punk or even like different decks like that can synchro summon and use E-Telly to help you summon to some really insane plays, and overall it's a fantastic card. It's actually really cool overall, and I can see this getting teched into a lot of different decks, being able to just instantly search Brain Control from your deck to your hand, which is one of the most iconic cards in the game. He's actually just really, really cool. So for the next card, we do have a card called Place. This card is really interesting. It's a level 6 Dark Spellcaster effect monster with 1350 attack and 2400 defense. It's actually some really weird stat lines, and it looks really cool, but let's go ahead and see what it actually does. So this card has the ability that once per chain, quick effect, you can pay 600 life points to activate one of these effects. If you control monsters of each level from 1 to 6, that's going to be very hard to do. Choose a face-up monster your opponent controls that has a level and destroy all other monsters they control with the equal level, rank, or link rating. That's actually a really interesting effect overall. It is a pop, but that is some insane requirements that you have to control a monster of each level from 1 to 6. That means you have to control 6 monsters from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty insane to be able to do, and it's actually like that card's really weird overall. Okay, for the other effect, you can choose a monster that you control that has a level and destroy all opponent's monsters in its column with an equal level, rank, or link rating. That's actually really cool overall because link ratings are really easy to do because like a link 2 is on the field, you choose one of your monsters, destroy all your opponent's monsters that are in that column with the same link rating. Would have just been really cool if it would have just been anything with that link rating on your opponent's side of the field. Overall, kind of weird. Don't see this card seeing a lot of play, but it's a cool looking card. Okay, so what's the next one? The next one is called Do It Early, Do It Together. Okay. For this card, it's a quick play spell card, and it has the effect, it only has one effect, that if you do not have Do It Early, Do It Together in your graveyard, banishment, and face up on the field, banish the top 7 cards of your deck face down. That can be used in Grand Manju. That's actually really cool, and I really like that overall to just banish cards, and your opponent banishes 7 cards from their extra deck and or the top of their deck face down. That's actually pretty cool overall, just tell you banish 7 cards, a total of like that's really insane. That's actually really cool overall to basically just banish a bunch of cards together to basically get one of your monsters like Grand Manju absolutely massive on the field. And overall, a really cool card. I really think this actually might see some play in certain decks, but it's kind of one of those weird cards that's just used in a couple of different decks. It's not a staple, but it's really cool overall. But overall, fantastic card. Okay, what's the next one? We do have a card, and this card is called 7 Star Sky. Hagen, which is actually really cool. And this card is actually a quick play spell card, and you can only use the first effect, you can only expect one of this card's name per turn. And this card's first effect lets you target a face-up monster you control and equip one level 7 monster from your hand or deck with the same type but a different name to the equipped monster, or an equipped spell to that monster that gives it 700 attack, but return that equipped monster back to the hand during the end phase. That's actually really insane. That's like a weird Rhoda. So like you equip a specifically level 7 monster to one of your monsters on the field that has the same type but a different name, and it gives it 700 attack, but you return it back to the hand during the end phase. You know what I see that as? You can actually use that as Cashier support, because you can use this as a level 7, or you can even, whoa, wait a minute, you can use this with Dragon Rulers, because you can actually use this with Dragon Rulers to equip a Dragon Ruler to another Dragon Ruler, because it has to be the same type, not the same attribute. So you can use this with Kashtira, you can use this with Dragon Ruler, you could even technically use this with, like, Buster Blader, I guess, technically, because it's level 7, you use Dark Magician, you can use it with Red Eyes, like, there's some really interesting support that you could use this with. That's actually a really insane card. And for the second effect, when an opponent's level or rank 8 or higher monster is destroyed by battle while this card's in the graveyard, you can add this card back to your hand. Okay, that's very hyper specific, but the first effect is actually really good. Like, you could just not have that second effect and it would be fine. But this card is actually really, really cool to be able to use overall, because you can just use this card to equip, like, say, a Fenrir, just for example, a Fenrir to a Unicorn, and then during the end phase, you get your copy of Unicorn back, which is actually really good overall to be able to instantly get the exact card that you need. And that's actually fantastic support. I really like this overall for level 7 support. And it works with Dragon Rulers, which is coming out in Alliance Insight, so that actually works out for this deck, or this card. And it almost makes me think of like a new Sacred Sword of 7 stars a little bit, and it's really cool overall. And it really looks to me almost like Roxas. Like, that looks like Roxas from Kingdom Hearts on it, or even Ventus for anybody who's played Birth by Sleep. That's actually really cool overall. So let's go ahead and see what the last card is. So we only had 5 slots left, so this is the last card. Oh, this looks like alien support, but it's not. It doesn't have alien anywhere in the text. Okay, so this card is called Abduction, and this card is a normal trap card, and you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. This card could have so been an alien support card, but it's not. Okay, so this card lets you target a face-up monster your opponent controls, banish a monster from your deck or extract with the same original type, attribute, level, and level rank or link rating. And if you do, take control of it. But if it's banished, if you banished a monster with the same original name, negate the taken monster's effect. So basically, you could hand your opponent a lava golem, and then activate this, banish another lava golem, take it back, and negate the effect. So that's basically like one of the uses. I could see this also being used in like kaiju decks, where you like hand your opponent a kaiju and then take the kaiju back. That'd be really cool. But overall, I don't know how much play this is going to see. But a lot of times with the free agents, you have just some weird cards thrown in here, and these are kind of just weird. This one's weird. I don't see it seeing play. This one's kind of neat. It's kind of like a new Sacred Sword of 7 stars where you get the exact monster you want. It does give it a 700 boost, which could be pretty cool overall to help you get over a monster. Kind of weird because you're equipping a monster to another monster, which is kind of cool, but it's a cool card. This one, I do see it seeing play in like Grand Manju decks or like Eater of Million OTK decks. This is really cool. This card I don't see seeing play at all, and this card's going to be basically, you could use this in anything that plays E-Telly already, because it's just a tech card. You just use it as a one of alongside Brain Control. I could actually see this being used in Zombies, where you play like 2 of this, 2 Brain Control, and 3 E-Telly to instantly summon out to your side of the field. And you could even base a deck around this. You could even, hold up, you could use this in Genzo. You could literally use this in Genzo. You could use this in Vampires, because you could even use this in Vampires because you could summon it out with E-Telly, use Brain Control, take control of an opponent's monster, make this a level 6, and then go into Vampire Sheridan, which is really cool. Or go into the Zombie Vampire, because the opponent's monster's level doesn't matter. This card matters. So you could take control of an opponent's monster, step into the Zombie Vampire, or step into Vampire Sheridan, using this in Vampires or any other deck. They can basically summon it out, because you can actually level modulate this thing to a level 8, and then be able to make it either a 6 or an 8 to be able to step into either one of the Vampire extract monsters. This card actually will probably see play because of that, because you can actually use it. You can use this in Horus. You use it in all sorts of stuff. Like, this is really good overall. This is actually really insane. I really like this card. This card is actually going to see play, I think. But that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely tell me what you think of these cards down in the comments down below. I think this is the best one. I think Brain Controller is actually the best one, which I like because it's nostalgic support. But that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell next so you can come for our notification squad. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.